guys, it's Sophie. So today I'm going to do a non-bookish video, but I thought this could be fun to share with you because I've done quite a few of these and I think they're good things to do whether or not you are struggling with your mental health, whether or not they're part of therapy, whether or not you're even interested in mindfulness. I think they're a nice thing to do. So let's actually go into what I'm doing. This is as part of the therapy that I'm going through at the minute. But I've done these as part of other therapies, and as I say, I don't think you need to be going through therapy to do this. And this is like a mindfulness box. So I have a physical box here. I got this one from HomeSense and it was £4, and then it just comes with, oh, it's over there, it comes with a lid, which we'll see in a sec. But you could literally just use a shoebox, wrapping paper, or even paint and make it pretty if you want to. And the idea is to put things in here that you can use to ground yourself and to be sort of in the moment and distract yourself if you're having a hard time. I like to use this as well as a bit of a way of giving my future self a present when I'm having a bad day. Because when I have bad days, I can't look after myself properly and I can't be nice to myself. Part of my bad days is that I don't feel like I deserve that. So when I'm having better days, if I can manage to make things like this, it does me favours when I'm having a bad day. So as I say, you need a box of some variety. You know, you can get stuff like from Paper Chase, but HomeSense is really cheap. I really like HomeSense for all that kind of stuff. And then you kind of put things in that are going to be specific to you, but hopefully I'll give you some ideas of the kinds of things you could put in, showing you what I'm putting in mine. So the first thing I have is a candle. I burn a lot of candles and I picked up a little one to go in here. And this is by Sand and Fog, and this one is Bonfire, and it really smells like a beach bonfire. Just absolutely gorgeous. I love the packaging as well, I think that's just so pretty. I'm burning one downstairs that's chai from them at the minute and was really loving it. This one was I think £6, again this one was from HomeSense. And then I always like to have some food stuff in there because one of the things about mindfulness is that you kind of engage all of your senses. So like a candle is good to smell and to like close your eyes and imagine you're on a beach, for example, and taste is one that can be really helpful as well. So I have a big bar of Galaxy, which is one of my favourite kinds of chocolate. Although, put your own things in here. Like I sometimes have bad food days where the idea of eating chocolate would scare me rather than comfort me. So I've added a couple other things, which are two of the Naked bars, which I really like. This one's called Berry Cheeky, and it's like random berries and kind of tastes a bit like strawberries. And this one is Banana Bread, which does genuinely taste like banana cake or banana bread, and they are lower calorie and kind of fairly guilt-free for me, so I put those ones in there so that I still have something even if I'm having a harder day. So just be aware of what you need to put in your box, if that makes sense. So for some people they wouldn't be able to have food, and if you can't, that's absolutely fine, but if you can, or you can think about things that would be nice for you, then great. And then I also have a couple of drink things. You guys know I really like chai, and I have a chai latte thing here. You basically put some milk in a saucepan and simmer it up and then swish it up and put this in. But it takes too long for me to be able to do this as like a day-to-day thing, and when I'm feeling bad I don't feel like I deserve to do this, so having it in the box is kind of a way of me saying no, you can go do this, it takes 5 minutes. It's just like a powder. I'm kind of scared I'm going to throw like chai flavoured stuff. Yeah. Oh, it smells so good. So it's like a powder and it just tastes really good, and again it's like a fairly low calorie thing, so for me that's good. And then I also have a couple of just chai tea bags. These are my like day-to-day ones, but sometimes if I run out, it's nice just to know I have a couple spares and I can have one if I'm having a harder night. So then moving away from taste for a minute, something I really like to have in here, and I have had in all my boxes, is I have this old childhood toy. It's called Flip, and it's one of the old Beanie Babies. And the reason why I love this one so much is like there's a lot of reasons, because I guess from either being a kid as well. But it being full of beads is great because you can physically touch it. You can move the beads around inside and feel them like individually and feel it through the like fabric, and you can feel it coming from hand to hand. You can also hear it, which is another thing that you can use for mindfulness, and see it. So like I think beanie movers are great because you can literally like, and it's quite tactile as well, if you want to like squish it or like throw it, you can. So she always goes in my boxes as like a really nice little thing to just grab myself. Something else I like to have, and you kind of just grab them as you see them, but like is a nice fresh real flower, and I just pop one of these in because again it's nice. You can normally smell them and touch them and see them, so it's another good one that kind of shows a few things, and also it's pretty, it's nice to look at. And this is BookTube, so if we didn't have a book we'd be in very trouble, but I put a book in here that I'm really looking forward to, and it's going to be Why I Write by George Orwell. Really been liking his essays and they're really quick reads for me, so I'm going to pop that one in there, and again it's like permission that I can read it if I'm having a bad day, that's cool. Like I've said to myself that that's okay. I have a few beauty products. I know lots of people like big baths and like really getting into that kind of thing, but I'm not very good at that. So I have like a little shower like mousse body thing that I use that just smells nice. It's by Safe and Glory. It's the Foamalicious one. It's like shower and bath body wash, but it just smells nice. I don't know how to describe the Safe and Glory smells. And I also have Hand Food, which is the hand cream, and again I use this one like daily in my bag, but it's nice to have one, and again like just put it on and smell it. I think it's another one that's kind of like tactile and you can hear it opening and feel it and stuff. That's a good one for me to have. And then I picked up this one from Home Sense as well, which is a mud mask. This was I think £4. And yeah, I'm not very good at doing like face masks and stuff, like I don't do them very often. I'm not like a really beauty kind of person, but I did quite like them when I did them when I was a kid, and I saw one and thought, do you know what, let's put that in and see how I get on. If I don't like it, I don't have to do it again. But yes, there's that one. And then I always really like to have some stuff to do as well if I'm feeling like I need to be distracted rather than just sitting there. So I have this little like makeup case by Tracy, and this one was £6, again Home Sense. And in here it has two separate parts. It's supposed to be for makeup, but I've put my colouring pens in the bottom half and some threads in the top half. So I have a poster that's behind you right now that has a number of classics on it, and the idea is that when I've read one then I colour in the book, and I've got loads on there that I've read and haven't coloured yet, so that's like a reminder to do that. And the threads are for a piece of embroidery I'm working on, and that can be quite a nice thing to do, like to put on some music or a podcast and do some embroidery. It's kind of like detail orientated again, so that's the one I'm working on, and that's going to go straight in there as well. Only a few things left now. Something I like to put in there that I've always found quite fun is I buy a couple of really cheap like £1 scratch cards, and then when I'm having a hard day I get to scratch one off, and like even if you don't win anything, somehow it's really nice to think you might. So yeah, they pop in there again, just if I'm having a harder day. And then I got myself a little card that says sending you big hugs, because when I'm sad I need to give myself big hugs. I'm not in a good enough place today to write in it, but what I will do when I'm having a really good day is I will write myself a message of all the reasons why I want to keep myself safe, or the reasons why I like myself, or positive things, or things that have been good. So just something positive in here, so that when I'm having a really, really bad day I can open it up and try and get myself a little bit of perspective. And then the very last thing is one that I really like doing, and I've done this a lot, and this is one I really ought to do all the time. But what I've done is I've just made a little card. It says have a coffee on me. I used Tiger's stamps for those. They were £2 and £1, and they're just little ink stamps. And then what I do is I empty the loose change I have from my purse, and I've got like £5 basically, and then I'll put it in the envelope and seal it up. And when I'm having a really hard day I can go and get a coffee and a cake, or go and buy sweets or something, and it's like, it's a way of me being able to go out and do something when I'm not feeling so good, and it's me giving myself permission to do that. And I always think that's quite nice to do. So yeah, as I say, it's going to be personal to you what you want to put in your box, but that is my mindfulness box for this session of therapy. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really fun, and I've put lots of different things in there, so I'm going to keep adding to it and putting more things in as I think of them, but that's it for now. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching this video today. Let me know if you have these or you've used these before, because I'm always really interested to see what people put in. Let me know if you want to make one, because I think they're a really good idea, and let me know if there's anything in there that you thought was particularly interesting or something you wouldn't have thought of yourself. Look after yourselves until I see you again. Alright, bye bye.